What is this thing found in a box of antique tools my neighbor gave me before passing? The spindle-shaped thing folds back flat. I have kept it for restoring, but it would be great to know its purpose. Let me know if you have any idea what this thing is. It's the handle part of a 19th century stereoscope, an optical device that creates a three-dimensional effect from two flat 2D images by simulating human binocular vision. By presenting slightly different angled perspectives of the same scene to each eye, the viewer's brain merges them into a single 3D image with depth. It was patented on October 15, 1895 by Hawley C. White for the H.C. White Company of North Bennington, Vermont. What is this thing I found in a house built in 1907? Around 22 inches tall, and the base is around 16 inches in diameter. My first guess was an old shoe rack, but I was told it's a coffee mug tree, a meat smoker, or a chandelier. Any guesses on what it could be? It's a bottle drying rack, commonly known as a bottle dryer. It was traditionally used to hold washed wine or champagne bottles upside down to drain and dry. These functional pieces were common in French wineries and homes throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries. What is this weird industrial clipboard found in Cincinnati, Ohio? I bought this today while thrifting and have no clue on its intended use. The clip is super strong, like it takes a good amount of my hand strength to open. It's 24 by 5.25 inches. Hard to capture in a pic, but there are grooves running down it. Based on craftsmanship, I'm kinda thinking the thing was made for a specific use by someone, and then later donated. I liked it, and I'm planning to hang it with dried flowers clipped to it, but I'm still curious what it was intended for. Any insight is extremely helpful. It's a 1970s fish cleaning board. You clip it on the head of the fish. The clip feature adds convenience for securely holding the fish in place while working. I need your help with this thing. This was found in South Carolina near a former plantation home. Around 8 inches long, made of metal, and pretty rusted. I'm thinking perhaps from an old egg beater. What could this be? Thanks. This is an attachment rod and ring for the handle of a mowing scythe, where the wooden part has rotted away. I grew up hand farming in Appalachia, and I recognize it right away. These handles are adjustable, allowing the user to stand upright while cutting. What is this copper alloy tube with a hinged key found at an archaeological dig on the East Coast, in the US? It was found in a trash pit from the 1890s to 1910s. We think this is part of a musical instrument. Saxophone was our first guess, but after looking at images of saxes from this era, it didn't match any I saw. I am a former flute player, so I can rule that out. Most brass instruments don't have keys like this, and the rest of the instruments I'm familiar with are wooden tubes with metal keys. Sorry it's not cleaner, but I don't have nicer pictures until it gets processed by the lab. Any ideas? It's an antique black powder spout from the 1880s. The lines or cuts in the tube match that it's a physical stopper to limit black powder from flowing through the spout. The brass lever opens when gripped, releasing the gunpowder into the barrel. Powder measures were used primarily for civilian hunting, target, and range shooting. Military black powder firearms would have been loaded from ready-made cartridges. I found this at a thrift store and no one knows what it is. Around 15.5 inches tall, possibly made of brass, and the hands are clips. It looks really cool, but what is it for? Thank you all for any ideas or opinions. It's a Victorian brass glove clip, used to display or secure fancy gloves back in the day to prevent them from getting wrinkled. The hand-shaped design represented gestures of friendship, welcome, and Victorian elegance. What is this thing I found on the beach in Northumberland, England? My first thought was a vase of some kind because it was so shiny and it was gunked up. We live pretty close to an old testing site for explosives back in World War II. Thank you so very much in advance for any and all help with this thing. It's a Mills bomb, the first widely issued British fragmentation hand grenade, becoming the standard, reliable, and iconic grenade used by Allied forces throughout World War I and II. The cast-iron serrated pineapple design was used to maximize damage from shrapnel and remained in service until 1972. Soldiers were trained to throw the grenade using a bowling action, and it was typically equipped with a 4-second fuse for hand throwing, or a 7-second fuse when used as a rifle grenade. The grenade was often dipped in shellac to protect the explosive material from deteriorating in damp conditions. Then OP updated that they alerted the authorities, and the Coast Guards were down there keeping people off the beach. Then she posted this video. She said it was pure luck. That beach is really popular with families when the caravan park is open for the season and gets packed. Thankfully, it was a dreary day, so not very many people there. I felt bad for the Coast Guards that had to wait for the disposal people to come, but they did say it's the most exciting day they've had in ages. What is this weird kitchen tool for? I just bought a house from an old lady, and such a knife was in a kitchen drawer. The single blade is sharp on both sides, and it fits between the bow-shaped double knife. Both fixed and don't move. The tip of the double knife is sharp from below. My initial thought was a can opener and a fruit corer, or a shrimp peeler. This thing is driving me mad. Any help with figuring out what it is and how old would be awesome. It's a mid-century fish scaler and cleaning knife, made in Sweden in the 1960s. These were frequently used in Scandinavian kitchens to efficiently remove scales and open fish. The serrated blade is meant for scraping off scales, and a curved pointed tip is for gutting and cleaning. What is this brass or copper doodad found while metal detecting at an early 1800s home site in central Florida? The ornate piece on the front can be turned halfway for some reason, and nothing noticeable happens at all when it is turned. The back seems to be silver-washed copper, and there is a patent date on the back of April 19th, 1881. I can't find anything remotely similar online. If anyone has a clue about what it is, that would be greatly helpful. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.